Hey everyone, welcome back to Solo Party. My name is Kane, and we're back with Ascension 3 on Act 7. You all voted for Ring of the Serpent and Spirit Shield, so we've got both of those now. Let's roll for the boss. Okay, on a 2, we're going to see Donu Deca. And we will have our starting encounter with, 3 Darkling. Alright, so the Darklings do have regrow, so at the start of the round, we return all dead Darklings to play with 4 HP, so it's important that we try to take them all out around the same time. Let's draw our hand, and now we'll be drawing 6 cards. We have Consecrate, Talk to the Hand, Vault, Sands of Time, Swivel, and a Vigilance. Now let's roll the die and see what the Darklings will be doing. Okay, on a 1, we're getting attacked for 4, 3, so 7 total, and they'll be healing, so we're probably not going to focus damage on them. And then this one is gaining 3 block and strength, so a total of 7 incoming damage. I think we'll start this one off with a Consecrate, taking all of them down to 7. Then I think we want to go ahead and spend 2 energy here to play our Vigilance. That will give us 2 block. Oh, I guess on R1, we also got 1 from Horncleat. So we're at 3 block now. And we go into Calm. We will then spend 1 energy with our Holy Water, so we can go up to 2 energy. And we definitely want to play our Vault to see if we can get some more help with this defense that we're going to need. So we'll discard all of our cards except for Sands of Time. We'll go back to 3 energy. And we'll draw 5 more cards. And we get Eruption, Regret, Defend, Spirit Shield, and Like Water. And with 5 other cards in hand, we're going to go ahead and play our Spirit Shield for 2. So that's going to give us 5 block, which puts us at 8, which is enough to block everything coming in. With that being said, let's go ahead and spend our last energy on our Eruption. We're going to target the back Darkling, taking it down to 5. And then when we exit Calm and go into Wrath, we gain 2 more energy. And then we'll go ahead and spend 1 energy to get out Like Water. And with 7 coming in, we're in Wrath. Yep, we've got enough to block everything, so we can end our turn there. And we're going to retain our Sands of Time and Regret. And so the Darkling is going to attack for 4, putting us down to 4. The Darkling is going to attack us for 3 and heal up to full, because it heals 2. It only took 1 damage there. And we are, of course, taking 1 damage from Wrath, so we block everything. And this one will gain 3 block and a strength. And we're on to our next turn. Let's grab our next hand of 6. We have Defend, Windmill Strike, Carve Reality, Inner Peace, Defend, and Empty Fist. Okay, a lot of good options here. Now we'll roll the die. Okay, on a 5, we're going to get 1 block. This one will attack for 3 and heal. This one will gain 3 strength and 3 block and a strength. And this one is attacking for 6. Ouch. We definitely want to try to take this one out this turn. That's a lot of damage we can remove from the board. And we've got a lot of options on this turn, but I think we are going to keep it simple. With 2 other retain cards in our hand, we can play our Sands of Time for 2 for a total of 10 damage since we're in Wrath. And that will defeat this Darkling. It only has a total of 8 with 5 health and 3 block. So that is defeated. And that takes a lot of damage off the board. So now we're only being attacked for 3. So we are just going to spend our last energy on Inner Peace, which will put us into Calm. So at the end of our turn, we'll get 2 more block from Like Water and be able to block everything. We'll retain our Regret and our Windmill Strike. And we'll go up to 3 block. So the Darklings activate and attack for 3, which we fully block. And now this one will get 3 block into Strength. So back to our next turn, another 6. We have Blasphemy, Protect, Strike, Tranquility, Ascender's Bane, and Defend. We roll the die, and we get another 5. So we are gaining another block. They will be attacking for 3 once again and healing 2, sorry, so that should be at full health. And they will be gaining block and strength again. This one, of course, flips over at the start of the round with 4 HP, and it will be attacking for 2 and 2. So we've got a total of 7 incoming again. And all right, so for this one, again, I think we need to take out the damage where it's at. So we're going to spend 2 energy to play our Windmill Strike. It was retained, so it deals 5 damage and can defeat this last Darkling again. So we're once again only being attacked for 3. So as long as we stay in calm, we will be able to block everything. So we will go ahead and spend our last energy on our upgraded strike for 2 damage. I guess it won't do anything to that Darkling, and that one is blocking. So maybe that's not the best way to use our energy, but we really don't have anything else. So yeah, I guess we're just ending our turn. Ascender's Bane will exhaust, and we retain Blasphemy, Protect, Tranquility, and Regret. We gain 2 block at the end of our turn, and then we are attacked for 3. They're at full health, so no need to heal, and they're just going to gain another strength. We'll leave all of that block there. And we go to the start of the next round. We'll go ahead and flip them back over at 4 HP again. And we need to shuffle and draw 6. All right, for our hand, we get Consecrate, Vigilance, Strike, Eruption, Defend, and Inner Peace. We can do quite a bit of stance dancing here, potentially. We'll roll the die. Okay, 5 again. So everybody is doing the same thing they've been doing. We start with 1 block. All right, I really want to make a move and hopefully try to take out the middle and the end Darkling. That's going to mean I think that we need to draw into our Sands of Time. So let's go ahead and start by spending 1 energy to play Inner Peace. So that's going to let us draw 4 cards since we're in Calm. And we get Swivel, Empty Fist, Carve Reality, and Sands of Time. Okay, perfect. So now we will go ahead and spend 1 energy to play Eruption. It doesn't matter where we put this 2 damage. We are going to send 2 here to put it at 6. And then when we go into Wrath from Calm, we will gain 2 energy. We'll go ahead and use our last Holy Water to go to 4 energy. We spend 2 in order to play our Blasphemy. And we spend our last 2 in order to play Sands of Time 3 times. So with 3 other retain cards, this is doing 12, 13 damage in Wrath. And whenever you play multiple copies, you can have different targets. So 13 to each card will defeat them. For that, we're going to get a potion and a card reward. Well, I guess let's start by doing what some of the comments recommended, using the courier more often. So let's go ahead and say, before this starts, let's use the courier to see the top potion and see if we maybe want to discard it or keep it. And an explosive potion, I'm not too worried about that. I think we'll just go ahead and discard. And now we'll get our potion card reward, which is, okay, a swift potion, so some more card draw. That could really accelerate one of our big turns with Sands of Time. And for our card reward, we have Worship, Conclude, and Empty Fist, but I think we are definitely skipping. I like where our deck is at right now. And now for our pathing, I don't think we have enough gold, especially since we didn't get any for that last reward, to go left. But I think we will start up going up the middle, just in case we do get an event that will give us more gold. So we'll go up the middle here to see an event. And we have Bonfire Spirits. You happen upon a group of spirits dancing around a large bonfire. As you approach, they turn to you expectantly. So we're going to get to remove a card. We don't need to heal. We could take 1 HP to remove a curse, so I think we're just going to use this as a card removal and get rid of a basic defend. And next, let's go to a regular combat. And we're up against a Repulsor, Exploder, and Spheric Guardian. So you can see there up in the top right corner, this is one of the harder encounters that got shuffled in. This is finally our first one we've seen on this Ascension run. All right, we've got the new Spheric Guardian enemy in here as well. It starts combat with 10 block and it has Barricade, so this enemy does not lose block during its turn. Let's get our opening hand, which is Regret, Defend, Swivel, Protect, Empty Fist, and Eruption. Okay, not the best opener, but pretty defensive. Let's roll our die. Okay, on A1, we're going to get 1 block. The Repulsor will be attacking for 1, giving us 2 days. The Exploder is attacking for 3, and the Spirit Guardian is attacking for 2. So we've got a total of 6 damage coming in. I think we can start by spending 2 energy and playing a Swivel. So we'll go up to 3 block, and our next attack costs 0. So we'll play our Eruption for free. And I think we definitely want that going to the Exploder because we do not want it to get to its last action there. So it goes down to 5 HP, and we go into Wrath. And I think we are likely to be taking damage this turn. So let's actually try to speed things up a little bit and use our Swift Potion. Now we also have Windmill Strike, Spirit Shield, and Consecrate. Okay, great draws. We're in Wrath, so we'll go ahead and play our Consecrate for free, dealing 2 damage to each. So Repulsor goes down to 5, Exploder goes down to 3, and we knock 2 block off of the Spirit Guardian. We will then use 1 energy from our Holy Water to go to 2 energy, and then spend all of that on a Spirit Shield. So we've got another 5 cards in hand, so another 5 block will put us to 8. And with that, we will end our turn. We retain our Windmill Strike, Protect, and Regret. We take 1 damage from our Wrath, so we have 7 block, and then we're attacked for 1, 4, 6, which we can fully block. We also get 2 days on top of our draw, and then the Spirit Guardian is going to gain 5 more block. Now for our turn, let's draw some more. Another 6 cards. We get 2 of our Dazed, of course, and a Talk to the Hand, Strike, Sands of Time, and a Vigilance. I'm just now noticing I keep forgetting our Prayer. It might have been a nice time we could have used it last combat if I had remembered to keep that out, but we ended up not taking damage, so it's okay. Let's roll the die. Okay, on a 3, we actually get nothing for that. So we're being attacked for 1 again, 2 more days. This is not doing anything, and then we're being attacked for 5, so that's a total of 6. We are still in Wrath, so I think we'll spend 1 energy and start with a Talk to the Hand. So that deals 3 damage, which is enough to take out the Exploder. We also gain a block for our 1 prayer, putting us at 1. And next, I think we want to spend 2 energy on our Vigilance. That's going to give us another 2 block, putting us at 3, and then we'll go back into Calm. So we're not taking 1 damage at the end of the turn from Wrath. And I think we are going to end our turn here. So we exhaust our days, but we are about to get them right back. So I will go ahead and put those to the side. 1 damage takes us down to 2 block, and then we're attacked for 5. So we only block 2 of that, and we take 3 damage, going down to 5 HP. So it's back to us, another hand of 6 where we get 2 days to start out. Then a Tranquility, Blasphemy, Defend, and Like Water. And we can spend 1 energy from Holy Water to go up to 4, down to 2 to play our Blasphemy, and then we have 3 other cards with Retain. So 2 energy for a Sands of Time 3 times is another 12 damage. So obviously defeats the Repulsor, and then we chew through that shield and HP with 24 damage. So we'll do the same thing as last time. Let's use our Courier to check out a potion before we get our reward. And a Weak Potion. That could be good against Donu and Deca, so I think we'll actually buy that for 2. And now we get our potion reward for a Flex Potion and a card reward. All right, we finally drew a golden ticket, so let's see a rare card. And all right, between Protect, Cut Through Fate, and Deva Form. And honestly, I think we have so much for Retain that it's going to be okay if we skip the Protect here and we take a Deva Form. We'll also have another trigger for Birdface Earn to get some extra defense, and then this is going to scale with Talk to the Hand as well. And I think it's good because we didn't get an energy relic from that last boss either. All right, we are definitely healing at this next campfire, so we will go to 8 HP, and we are going to remove a basic defend. Then we have an event, and we've got the Purifier. A lot of card removal. Okay, so we can remove all curses, which we actually do not want to do. So we're just going to do remove a card, and we'll get rid of another defend. Then we have, yet again, another event before an elite, and we have Falling. Okay, more card removal. So shuffle our deck, then reveal the top 3, and remove 1 from our deck. Okay, we're actually thin on cards that we don't want to remove, so this could not be that great. Okay, so for our 3 we get to choose from, we have Ascender's Bane, which can't be removed, Regret, or Eruption. And maybe this is crazy, but I think we maybe don't need Eruption. So we're going to remove that from our deck. And now we face our first elite, which is the Giant Head. All right, so here we go. Opening hand. We have Deva Form. Opening hand is beautiful. Consecrate, Swivel, Blasphemy, Tranquility, and Talk to the Hand. And the Giant Head isn't doing anything this turn we need to worry about, so we can have a setup turn. So we are definitely spending 2 energy to get out Deva Form. We'll go ahead and play Consecrate for 2 because it has slow, so it takes 1 extra damage from all attacks. That puts it at 83. We also gain 1 block from Birdface Earn, and I guess we should go ahead and roll this. Maybe we get our 2, and we got our 6, which actually will let us trigger 2. So we'll get 1 block from Horncleat, and we'll gain a Strength for this turn. So we actually did 3 with that, taking it down to 82. And lastly, we can just spend 1 energy in order to play Talk the Hand for 3, 4 total, so it goes down to 78. At the end of our turn, we'll retain our Blasphemy and our Tranquility, and we'll lose our strength. And the giant head is just passing the turn onto us. So we'll draw up another 6, and we have our Defend, Regret, Spirit Shield, Empty Fist, Vault, and Carve Reality. We'll roll the die. We are being attacked for 5 this turn, so a 4 is definitely helpful, starting us with 1 block. And we'll also gain a prayer at the start of our turn from Devaform. Now, I do think we want to save our Spirit Shield for one of these bigger turns, so I don't want to play that just yet. And I think I will just spend 1 energy in order to play a Defend to give us 2 block, and then spend that last 2 energy on a Vault. So we'll go back to 3 energy, and I'll draw another 5 cards for Like Water, Vigilance, Windmill Strike, Inner Peace, and Strike. Okay, a great set of cards to get on this turn. We will spend 1 energy and play our Like Water. That'll give us another block from Birdface Urn, putting us at 3. We will spend 1 energy in order to play Inner Peace and put ourselves into Calm. And lastly, we'll spend our last energy to play Strike for 3 damage. That takes it down to 75. At the end of our turn, we retain 4 cards. And we're in Calm, so we gain 2 block, going to 5, which is exactly what we need for when the giant head attacks. We block it all, and then it will move on to another turn where it's not really doing anything. We'll start our turn and gain another prayer, and draw 6. We get Protect, Ascender's Bane, and Sands of Time right on the bottom there. Let's shuffle and draw 3 more. We also get Talk to the Hand, Carve Reality, and Consecrate. Now let's roll the die. Okay, on a 6, we'll trigger 2 again to give ourselves a strength and 1 block. So we'll be able to play our Consecrate again for 3 more damage, taking it down to 72. Let's go ahead and spend 1 from Holy Water in order to get 4 energy. Then we will spend 2 and play our Blasphemy, and we'll spend another 2 in order to play our Sands of Time. So we have 4 other cards in hand with Retain, so this is doing 15, 16 with Strength, and 17 with Slow. So 17 times 3 is 51, and that drops the giant head down to 21 HP remaining. We will then spend 2 of our prayer in order to go up to 2 energy, which we'll use to play our Windmill Strike. It was retained last turn, so it's dealing 5, 6, 7 damage. That takes the giant head down to 14. And we'll end our turn there, leaving us some resources for next turn. So our Ascender's Bane will exhaust. We're in Calm, so we gain 2 block. Not that that matters too much. And we're retaining our Regret, Tranquility, and Protect. And now back to the start of our turn. We're going to gain another prayer, and let's draw 6. Strike, Vigilance, Swivel, Defend, Spirit Shield, and Empty Fist. Let's go ahead and roll. And on a 5, we gain 1 block. And now we're being attacked for 8. So we drew into our Spirit Shield, this is exactly the kind of turn I wanted it for. So let's start by spending 2 energy and play our Spirit Shield. And we have 8 other cards in hand, so we go to 9 block. And very easily, just like that, we're going to be blocking all of the damage from this turn. And not a lot of good for us to do here. I think we can go ahead and just spend 1 more energy, and we can play a regular strike for 3 damage. And that'll take it to 11. We end our turn there and retain the same cards. We get another 2 block from Calm, and that'll put us at 11, but we're only being attacked for 8, so we're still at 3, fully blocked, and the giant head will then gain a strength. And now we're really hoping to do 11 damage this turn because Spirit Shield was our big blocker for these attacks. So let's see what we can do. We draw 6. We'll get our last one here, which is an Inner Peace. And we also get Swivel, Talk to the Hand, Vigilance, Windmill Strike, and a Sands of Time. Okay, I think that definitely does it. And we can spend 2 energy to play our Sands of Time, which is doing 15 damage here, 16 with Slow. It's only at 11 HP, so that is more than enough. We're going to gain another 3 gold. Let's go ahead and check out a potion to see if we want to purchase one. And another weak potion instead of a flex potion, that might actually help a lot more. So we'll go ahead and spend 2 gold, but we're gaining 3, so we'll just gain 1 gold. Then we get a relic, and we get Orichalcum. I don't think this is ever going to trigger for us. We have block on almost every turn, and even if we didn't, one block is not going to save us where we're at right now. And an upgraded card reward. And we've gained Empty Mind, Indignation, or Empty Body. And Empty Body is good, but I think Empty Mind is going to be a lot more helpful, so we'll take that upgraded. Okay, we've got our upgraded Empty Mind, and we're at full HP, so I think we're taking another card upgrade at this campfire. And for our last upgrade, I think having Spirit Shield not exhaust is going to be very helpful here. So let's set up our Donu Deca fight. All right, we're set up and ready for Deca versus Donu. We've got 6 incoming damage. Let's draw our opening 6. We've got Empty Mind, Windmill Strike, Vault, Empty Fist, Regret, and Sands of Time. Let's start by rolling the die. Okay, on a 3, we don't get anything. Well, I think we definitely need some more options, so we're going to spend 1 energy to play our Empty Mind, so we'll get to draw 3 cards, and we, of course, are already in neutral. So let's see, we get our Ascender's Bane, Consecrate, Blasphemy, and yeah, that's 3. And that's a really bad opening, so we are going to have to spend our last 2 energy and go ahead and play our Vault. Well, I guess we can play our Consecrate first, so we can go ahead and just do 1 damage to each. So we do get to retain our Windmill Strike, Sands of Time, Regret, and Blasphemy, and then we'll go back to 3 energy and draw 5 more. So we get Vigilance, Spirit Shield, Like Water, Inner Peace, and Protect. So we won't be doing a lot of damage this turn, but we will go ahead and make sure we don't take any damage. So we'll spend 2 on Spirit Shield, and we have a total of 8 other cards in our hand. So we'll go to 8 block, and we'll go ahead and spend 1 more energy to go ahead and get out our Like Water. We gain another block from playing a power, putting us at 9, and we will end our turn. So we have our Protect, Windmill Strike, Sands of Time, Regret, and Blasphemy all retained. We get attacked for 6, which we block all of, and then every enemy gets a strength. And now we get another hand. We have Defend, Deva Form, Tranquility, Talk to the Hand, Carve Reality, and our Strike. Let's actually go ahead and use the Courier as well before we forget to look at a potion. And we've got a skill potion for 2, and we will go ahead and buy that. Now let's roll the die. Okay, on a 6. I think we'll just choose to take the defense because we are still getting attacked for 8 this turn, so we start with 1 block. And now we've got a really crazy play on our hands. We are going to go ahead and use our skill potion, so the next skill we play is going to be played twice. And we're going to spend 2 energy to play our Blasphemy. And because of our skill potion, this gets played twice. So now our next attack this turn is played 6 times. We will also exhaust our draw pile, which is only 1 card, so we get rid of our swivel. Then we're going to use a charge of our holy water to give us up to 2 energy, and then we will spin that and play our Sands of Time. So we have 4 other retain cards in our hand, so this is doing 15 damage 6 times. So we do have to send 4 of those to Donu in order to defeat it, but that still leaves 30 we can send to Deca, putting it at 19. But we do defeat Donu just like that. Then we'll go ahead and spend our last Holy Water charge as well as our prayer to get another 2 energy in order to play our Deva form. We do gain another block from playing that, putting us at 2, but we don't need block because we were able to take out Donu. And with that, we will end our turn, and Deca is going to give us a Daze and a Status. We still have our Regret, Protect, Tranquility, and Windmill Strike retained. Now we can go up to our next turn and draw our hand. We've, of course, got our Daze. Now we'll shuffle and draw 5 more. Now we also get our Status, Consecrate, Defend, Ascender's Bane. Wow, really bad turn here, and Vigilance. Yeah, not a great draw against an 8 damage turn from Deca. We get our Prayer from Devaform, and we'll roll the die. And that's cocked. We'll roll again. Okay, and on a 1, we do gain 1 block. We definitely would love to get into Calm this turn, so we'll spend 2 energy on our Vigilance, putting us at 3 block and entering us into Calm, which will start triggering our Like Water at the end of the turn. We can play our Consecrate for free for 1 more damage, taking it to 18. And we will just spend 1 energy on a basic defend, putting us up to 4 block. When we end our turn, we'll get another 2 block from Like Water, putting us at 6, and Deca does attack us for 8. So we block 6 of that, taking 2 damage, going down to 6 HP. Our Ascender's Bane and our days will exhaust. We still retain our same 4 cards, and we can draw our next 6. We get Talk to the Hand, Carve Reality, Empty Mind, Empty Fist, Spirit Shield, and a Strike. We can play pretty offensively here. So I think we'll start by spending 1 energy and play our Empty Fist. That'll deal 2 damage, taking it down to 16, and then we will leave Calm going into neutral, which will give us another 2 energy, putting us at 4. Oh, we also gained 1 more prayer from Deviform. We can then spend another 2 energy on our Windmill Strike, which was retained, so that's another 5 damage, taking it down to 11. We can spend 1 more energy on a Basic Strike for 2 damage, taking it down to 9. And we can spend our last energy on a Talk to the Hand for another 2, taking it down to 7 HP, and then we gain 2 block, but we're not going to need it, we're not getting attacked. So we can end our turn retaining our Regret, Protect, and Tranquility, and then we get another status and days. All right, now at the start of our turn, we have another prayer. Let's draw 6. We get our Dazed, of course, Sands of Time, as well as Inner Peace. We need to shuffle and draw 3 more. And we draw our status, Empty Fist, and a Talk to the Hand. But we actually did have lethal in hand. We can just spend 2 energy on a Sands of Time. We have 3 cards with Retain other than Sands of Time, so that is a 12 damage card, which defeats Deca. Now, that fight was almost made trivial with that skill potion we got from the courier. So, everyone in the comments who was telling me, use the courier more, you all were definitely right. It obviously came in clutch there at the end. I mean, that was almost nothing for us. But that means we have defeated Ascension 7, and we will be on to Ascension 8 next time. And so we're getting really close to that Ascension 10 marker where I'm going to start attempting Act 4. So remember, once we start Ascension 10, whatever character that is, I will be attempting to go for the heart at that point forward. So definitely excited for those runs coming up soon. This has been Solo Party. My name is Kane. Thanks for watching.